Hi everyone, hope you're having a great day. Today's thought comes from the book of John, John 10:27, and it says, "My sheep hear my voice. I know them and they follow me." In Spanish it says, "Mis ovejas oyen mi voz, y yo las conozco y me siguen." One of the questions that we get asked oftentimes, how do I get to know God? How do I get to hear him? And how do I know where he's at? We all asked ourselves. I remember when I was in high school that I asked myself this question many times. I was like in 10th grade, I believe. And I wondered about the existence of God. I wondered about the purpose for my life. And that's a question in itself, about purpose. But I started wondering and I started searching and I started asking the same questions. And I remember I was invited one day to a specific church close by my house. And I started seeing joy in people, excitement in people that I hadn't seen in a long time. It was different, it was unique. And I started searching for this God. And the search didn't stop that day. I eventually moved to the US and kept discovering and learning more about the Lord. But the question still remains for a lot of people. How do I get to know him and hear his voice? It says in his passage that if you are his child and you know him, you follow him. But the first thing is get to know God. So if you doubt the existence of a God, if you doubt who God is or how to hear his voice, I would encourage you to really try him out. And when I say try him out, I say that carefully. Ask, speak, and say, God, if you are the God who you say you are, if you created the heavens and the earth, if you created all things, then show yourself to me. It's an okay question to ask, and it's okay to request that from the Lord. There's no reason to feel guilty about it. God wants you to draw closer to him. God wants you to search and learn more about him, and get to know his characteristics and get to know his personality and get to know the love that he has for you and I. Once you discover him, I would encourage you to get involved in God's business. And God's business is the business of love. So the first thing is get to know who he is. Give him a try and then get involved. Getting involved means getting to understand the things that God does and being a part of it. God has given you skills and talents that he wants to use, not only for his glory, but he wants to bless you abundantly. El Señor nos llama no solamente a conocerlo. Si estás buscando y estás tratando de entender quién es Dios, yo te invito a que le dejes una oportunidad de mostrarse a ti, de que tú digas, Señor, si tú eres el creador de todas las cosas, si tú hiciste todo lo que ellos dicen que tú hiciste, que tu palabra dice que hiciste, Señor, manifiéstate a mí. Yo quiero saber quién eres tú y entender esta creación que tú hiciste. Son preguntas normales y no es que estás tratando de confrontar a Dios, estás pidiéndole su presencia en tu vida. God promises that the moment you get to know him and accept him, you become a child of God. Because at that moment is when we say, God, I'm surrendering all things. I want to be your child 100% of the time. I don't want to be a temporary child. I want you to have full custody of me. El Señor dice que en ese momento que tú comienzas a creer en Él y lo aceptas como tu Señor y tu Dios, en ese momento tú eres hijo de Dios y tu nombre está escrito en el libro de vidas y todo cambia desde ese momento. No de que todas las cosas son perfectas, pero tu vida cambia. Give him a try. Give him a chance. God wants to show you who he is. Let's get to know who God is.